Going into the army was no big deal to me, to be wet, to be cold, to get up early. You know, I'd already had all that. That's normal to me, you know, which a lot of people coming from a more privileged background suffered with, because they got up in the morning in a nice warm bed. Our bed situation, 3 of us in one bed, in what would be a single room. My 3 brothers and my 2 sisters were in the other room, which is even smaller.
Today, Huel have done something super exciting for you guys, for the watchers of the show. There is an exclusive offer using code Mulligan24 with the link in the description. So that's Mulligan24, link in the description, where you can get this product itself, Black Edition. I put way too much water in this, but you can get this product itself, and you get £10 off your first order or $15 off your first order if you're in the US. Use code Mulligan24. It's only available for the next 72 hours, and you can get it down below. So if you want to get that deal right now, exclusive, code Mulligan24, 24 at the end, link down below, £10 off or $15 off your first order. I look really flustered because I've just finished 15 miles with a 70-pound pack. As you guys know, I'm training for the world's heaviest marathon, which is 100 kilos for 26.2 miles, and then 450 miles, an ultra marathon a day with 70 pounds, around 30 something kilos on my back. And Huel Black Edition is what I've been using to fuel absolutely all my training and recovery. Thank you to Huel for making this possible. Get the exclusive offer down below. Now let's dive into this amazing episode.
I love those anecdotes of when you were growing up, because I don't think, you know, being say that poor, but the picture you paint is really interesting. I think, like, your shoes, you used to put cardboard.
My mum used to collect boxes. Yeah. We used to have these boxes, and she cut out the shape of my shoe, because I had a big hole in the bottom of it. And I'd have like 2 pieces of this cardboard, one put in the morning, because we'd walk to school. We couldn't afford to get the bus to school.
So she had to replace it?
Yeah, and then by the time we got in school, throw that one piece out because it soaked through, and then put the drawing on for the rest of the day, and then walk back. Yeah. Wow. And I remember at the junior school, there was, do you remember road slappers, the old plimsolls? Yeah. Black with the horrible things. Yeah. But I remember in the school gym, there was like a tray of, a container of these shoes, spare, that no one was using. If you turn up to school, you don't have any PE kit, they give you a pair of these to put on, then put them back. And there's almost a brand new pair, and I remember seeing it and thought, I'm going to nick them, I'm going to steal them. So honestly, what I did, I knew we'd have to be at school at 9 o'clock. I knew the caretaker would be cleaning that gym floor around about 7 o'clock, and he used to mop it, and the doors would be open so it could dry, you know, before the kids came to school at 9 o'clock. So I remember walking to school to be there before 7 o'clock, lying in the snow, and like a little military guy doing an OP, lying in the snow, freezing, waiting for him to go out of the gym, knowing those shoes were in there. And I waited, and as soon as he went out, I went in there and got the shoes, and I kept them. And I was like, I've got proper shoes now. That's how it was.
I think for poorer families, food's a good indicator of like the differences between you know, class. What would that have been like? So there was 5 of you guys. Yeah,
my dad, rabbit stew. We grew up on rabbit stew. Yeah, he would make. He had a big pot. He'd make a pot of rabbit stew, vegetables, potatoes. You know, 'cause it was cheap, and that would be all week. That's what we'd have all week. You'd sit at the table. He'd give you a bowl of it, and you'd moan, and he'd only let you moan once. You go, you don't want it? Is there anything? No. Give it here, tip it back in the pot, and that was it. And there's no going back on it. Honestly, you'd be like, then you'd be starved. You didn't take it the second day, you'd take it. That's what it was like. And every now and then, I remember having a piece of bread with dripping on it. You know, that would be like your lunch to keep you going for the day. Or bread and butter with sugar on it. Sugar, bread and butter. Yeah. Yeah, it was, but I don't know, it just seemed the norm to me.
I wanted to pull it back to your career, the addiction to work. Was there a reason why you were so, you know?
I think that's a DNA thing from my mum and dad. They were just, their work ethics was just unbelievable. You know, from a young kid, I had a paper round to working on the milk floats, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember what age, you know, 12, 13, whatever it was. 5 o'clock in the morning, get on the milk float till you know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then back, and then to school, and you get a few quid. And I always remember I'd give it to my mum. You know, it was like, I felt like I needed to help her out even back then. And my brothers were the same, and my sisters, you know, we were all doing little jobs and stuff all the time. And I remember, you know, I got a job at 15, which was totally illegal. You know, I was in a, and I think at that time, I look back and I went, how come my dad let me do that? I think my dad was actually, and my mum were relieved. They knew where I was for 12 hours in the night, you know, instead of waiting for the door to be knocked. He's in hospital, he's been stabbed, or he's been in a fight again, or he's in the police cell, the police are holding him. But right, he's in a factory. And I think to them, and I'd set myself to, as long as I don't get another criminal record, I'll go in the army, I'm going in the military. I think to them that must have been a massive relief. We know where he is, and he's going to keep that going now. Instead of going back to school, let him do that, and then he's going to go into the military. It was a massive relief to them. And, you know, so... But that work ethic was always there. Yeah. I remember walking, even at 15, before I got that job working on the nights, I'd walk hours and hours and hours to, you know, all round our county to where I knew there's factories and stuff, asking if there's a job I can have. You know, I remember doing it. I remember doing it. I was in work from being a kid. I never really stopped being in work. So going into the army it was no big deal to me, to be wet, to be cold, to get up early. You know, I'd already had all that. That's normal to me.
I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. Today, Huel have done an exclusive offer. Go to the link in the description and use code Mulligan24 for £10 off your first order, or $15 if you're in the United States. Link down below. It's only available for the next 72 hours. This is the Huel Black Edition. As I've told you guys, as a plant-based athlete, I have been using this for the last 2 years. It's the best product on the market for many different things, from working as a documentary filmmaker, podcasts, and doing all these interviews, to trying to break the world's heaviest marathon world record. So find out more with a link in the description. Mulligan24 for the discount. Thanks for watching. Let's dive back into the episode.
So is it environment then? You think it's the environment you grew up with put you in that position?
Definitely. It made me who I am and gave me the foundation for what was to come next, like, you know, which a lot of people coming from a more privileged background suffered with, because they got up in the morning in a nice warm bed. I mean, our bed situation, 3 of us in one bed, in what would be a single room. My 3 brothers and my 2 sisters were in the other room, which is even smaller. Yeah, but that was normal to us. He was literally get up in the morning, first up, best dressed. You'd be like, right, grab it, whatever you can get it on. That I'm having that today, and you'd be fighting over it. That's my jumper. No, I'm having it. You know, the only thing that was different was shoes, because we're all different size feet. So it's who got the best piece of cardboard. But it was normal, you know. It's kind of a happy household. It was just, I look back and I always think, I always used to say, as you know, becoming a parent myself, I don't want my kids to have to not suffer, but go through what I'd gone through. But that was, at the time, that's what it was, you know? So, and I'm always very mindful of not spoiling them too much. Don't give them everything. They've still got to understand values of work and of money, and how important that is. Now I've got a little bit of money, I don't give them everything. You've still got to go and earn it, you know? You've still got to...
It's tough though, right?
Yeah, it is tough. I think my missus would probably tell you different, or you too soft. Yeah. But I don't. I don't, mate. I really don't.
Yeah, so that's something I'm caught in, because I feel like that I want to make sure my son's got absolutely everything. Yeah. I don't want to spoil him, but I want to make sure he's a hard worker and a grafter at the same time. It's like finding this balance between...
I am more about, and actually, if I'm honest, this is from my missus who really pushed me towards this. You're better off giving them an experience.
Yes.
Than an object or something, you know, than the latest phone, the latest thing, you know, taking them on a holiday somewhere, taking them skiing, taking them swimming, taking them canoeing. That's more important to them, and that's what they really love. And that's what we do, you know. It's harder now for me. I mean, the kids are growing up, so I'm now becoming a parent really for the first time with the grandkids, because now I've got the time to do it. But you'll see, if you look at I have the kids in the river in fucking February, mate. I had him up the Penny Fan the weekend. It was 2 foot of snow, but he's up there, 6-year-old running up there, and I'm like, I'm not going to let him walk back. He's fucking running. And they love it. And that's what is important, those experiences, you know, because when I am gone, they go, oh, they're not going to go, oh, I always remember that Dad had the iPhone 13. Oh, Granddad. No, they go, yeah, Granddad always had us out in the woods. He had us out in the canoes. You know, that's what I want them to remember. And hopefully those values they'll carry back to their kids and their family. I spent all night on the fucking roof watching everyone waiting. And I'm thinking, me, I'm in a situation I don't want to be in here. And this guy, he's only a small guy, by the way, but he's got 2 big henchmen with him. And they're big dudes. I'm absolutely shitting myself, to be honest. So I'm there on the roof all night. I've got fucking bricks, I've got fucking machete, I've got all sorts of shit. I thought he's coming, he's getting it, I'm going to kill this kid.